What's up, guys? We are back for another review. Today we're going to take a look at the Star Wars Black Series Tusken Raider, or Pillared Tusken, as you see down there, from Hasbro. So we've got our standard box, or our more updated box with the kind of slight variation on the packaging. We've got our figure in the window. He is number 41. Got a little write-up on the back with some artwork, character name on the side. Standard stuff. Let's pull him out. Alright, so here he is out of the box. Let's take a look at the sculpt and paint, articulation, all that good stuff before we really get into the figure. So, pretty much a standard Black Series figure, and standard in one way, which is a detriment to the figure. So we'll get to that in a second. We'll go with just the sculpt first, and that's, I think, where they really nailed this figure. This looks excellent. I think he looks really, really good. Very accurate to what you think of when, you think of a Tusken Raider or Sand Person. Obviously, we've got soft goods here for the cloak, but that kind of marries well with the plastic for the robes underneath the kind of outer layer of robes here. And then we've got the sculpted belt with all the pouches. We've got the bandoliers on there, and obviously the head is the main draw here with that mouthpiece and those kind of googly eye ports on him, all the little doodads sticking out, the mummy wraps all over him. I think they did a really good job of kind of nailing the likeness of a Tusken Raider. They've even got more sculpted detail on the legs for the boots. There's kind of the wraps down there. And then on the back, the bandoliers continue, which kind of brings me to the paint, because you can see right here there's some bleeding on this bandolier, or the straps to the actual tunic that he wears. Can't see it, so it's not really a big deal. We've got paint on the chest here for the bandoliers with the gold accents on the pouches, and then obviously there's a lot on the face there as well with the different shades of brown and the gray and the silver. So like usual, Hasbro nails kind of the aliens really well, and I think they do a really good job with this particular figure. As far as the soft goods aspect of him, I think it's okay. My only real problem is that the bottom is frayed, and I think we can all understand why. They're wanderers, they're nomads, they're not a civilized race, so they, maybe don't have the most clean-cut clothing, but this is probably going to fray over time. There's no hem anywhere in this, so you might get little threads here and there, and it could unravel eventually. It is stitched on the arms to keep it kind of in place, and then it's affixed at the neck. As far as the articulation goes, that's where I have my one gripe, which leads into accessories. But we'll go with the normal stuff first. So the head, it does have a hinge, but it can't move up or down. All the sculpt gets in the way. The wraps around the neck prohibit that, but it can move side to side. Arms go up and out and all around. Single jointed elbow, that's my problem. This guy should have had a double joint, and you'll see why. And then the wrists swivel and have a hinge. He's got waist movement. The legs are similar to Obi-Wan in that he has a hard plastic robe, but he is articulated underneath there. He could move out and all around. He's got a thigh cut. He's got double jointed knees, and then he's got the hinge and kind of a rocker at the ankle. So normal in that regard. I think really what it comes down to is these guys look the part really well. They aren't as articulated as I was hoping, especially when you see the weapons that they come with. But for the most part, this is a Tusken Raider, and this is the 6-inch version of a Tusken Raider that I've been waiting for a while, personally. Alright, so as far as accessories goes, he technically has, I guess you want to say 5, but there's really only 2. So we've got the Gadurfi, or the gaffy stick, over here on the left, and they have 3 different endings for it, because they're all different. They're unique to the Tusken Raider, basically. So you can just take one and, peg it in there, and there's your gaffy stick. So it's a pretty basic accessory. The top part here is textured, but it's mostly just molded plastic, and then the bottoms are all different. You can see they just have different sculpts, and then one of them is an entirely different color. We've got silver rather than the kind of wrought iron, kind of pewter look almost. But they all kind of just fit in normally. I'm kind of concerned that they might warp a little bit. This is really, really flimsy, so I almost thought I was going to break this one earlier. But so far it's worked out pretty well, and he can hold these, just fine. He does have a trigger finger on his right hand, but he can hold the stick in either hand if you can get it in there. Like I said, it's really, really gummy plastic. So you've just got to kind of work it in. Sometimes it's easier to assemble it, you know, after the fact, and then you can slide it in. So, you know, this is what I think of when I think of a Tusken Raider, is him using the gaffy stick. Obviously, though, he does have a rifle. So we've got this guy. This is the, what do they call it? The Tusken Cycler. So it's not like a normal energy weapon. It's like a slag thrower or a slug thrower, something like that. But it's pretty cool. It's got nice, like, kind of wood grain texture to it. There's different hues of brown in there. We've got the silver. And then this is really flimsy, just like the gaffy stick. So mine was kind of warped out of the package. It's still a little, but not too bad. And I've been able to fix that just fine. So I did mention that I have a problem with that the lack of double jointed elbow in this gun. So first of all, trigger area is really odd on this. It's hard for him to hold it. Like, it doesn't really want to sit there. So you got to kind of play with that. But this gun is enormous, so it's hard to really get him posed correctly without having him look just beyond goofy, because he can't really hold the thing very well. So, you know, look at that. That's not very exciting. It's not much of a dynamic pose. You can pose him a little bit, and from the right angle he'll look fine. But this is yet again another problem with Black Series for me. The joint is hidden, but he doesn't have it. There is more sculpted robes on the upper portion of the arm, which prohibits the joint from even working if it was there, but they didn't need to give him that. So I'm curious of the design choice here, because, you know, we've got double jointed elbows on Leia and Farm Boy Luke because they have soft goods to cover it. This guy has soft goods covering it. Why didn't they give him that joint? Maybe Hasbro ran out again and we won't see anymore for a while. But that's my one gripe. I'm always going to display him with this, though. I don't care about this gun. This is what I think of when I think of a Tusken Raider. And the fact that they gave us 3 choices and I have more than one gives me enough room to kind of play with different variations of the same accessory. All right, so overall, I'm still overall pleased with this figure. I think they nailed the look of this guy. It's a nice army builder. It's different. It's not a trooper yet again. It's something else that we can army build, and it'll look good on a shelf with Obi-Wan or with Farm Boy Luke and the droids or some Jawas. So it's a cool figure to finally have. I do obviously have a problem with that elbow issue in the gun. It's just what it is. I kind of expected it, but I was hoping I was going to be wrong. So at the end of the day, it's not a huge deal unless you're going to display him with this gun. I'm never going to do that. It's very unlikely anyway. So I'm going to go gaffy sticks all the way. So that's going to do it for this review, everyone. As always, stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And until next time.